So this is how to sow and grow artichokes and cardoons. If you're looking to buy artichoke plants, you tend to find that they can be quite expensive, but they're really easy to grow from seed, and therefore growing from seed can be much more cost effective. So because artichoke seeds are quite large, they're pretty easy to sow individually in module trays, and that's the way I like to do them. So take a module tray and fill it with compost. This is your growing media. And if you want more information about growing media, if it's confusing things, there's so many different ones on the market, we have another video that you can watch that explains what you're looking for in your growing media. So once your tray's filled, put it on a surface and give it a pat. I prefer to do this than pushing the soil down because you don't want that growing media to be compacted. You want lots of nice space, air spaces in there for the roots to move through those little seedlings. So like I said, artichoke seed is relatively large. You can see it really easily and therefore get hold of it. Now what I like to do is take 2 seeds at a time and push them down about deep enough to go to the first knuckle on your finger. Now the reason I'm sowing 2 seeds at a time is just in case one of those doesn't germinate. You're giving yourself a better chance of having a completely full seed tray. So if both of those seedlings pop up in one of the holes, you just pull out the one that looks a bit weaker. Once you've pushed all your seeds into their holes in the tray, cover them back up. You can also sprinkle a little bit more growing media over the top of the tray. And then all importantly, water, and make sure you keep them moist. You don't want them drying out. Now artichokes are perennial. So once you plant them out, and you're going to want to do that after your last frost date in spring, they will basically take care of themselves and they will provide you food for many years to come. But they take a little while before they get to the point that you can plant them out. So you want a plant that's about this big before you can plant it out. And therefore you start them quite a long way in front of the last frost date. So this is a great plant to overwinter. Either start them in autumn or very, very early in spring. If you're itching to get started with propagation early in the year, this is a fantastic one to start with. And the more of a cold period that they have, the more it triggers them to produce those flower heads when the sun comes out. So after about 2 to 3 weeks, you're going to start to see seedlings start popping their heads out of here. And once the roots start to appear out of the bottom of the holes in the bottom of the seed tray, you're going to want to pop them on. And keep doing that until you get to a point where they're either big enough or the weather is good enough for you to plant them outside. Artichokes are a fairly forgiving plant, so they're relatively drought resistant once they're established, but make sure you keep them nice and moist when you first plant them out so that they get a chance to get their roots down and become a big happy plant for you. So if you want to try growing this amazing plant from seed, check out what we've got available on the website. We've got some interesting options for you.